rising, beautiful souls, beautiful family. Hopefully everyone is thriving and breathing all the blessings and appreciating the challenges that we have on this amazing journey called life. And we are continuing in our The ID Trap series. So I will be waiting for a few moments for people to dial in while I am taking on this beautiful walk, enjoying this beautiful time to be alive. Let me know where you are tuning in from, what you've been up to, how you are standing firm and straight on your God-given unalienable rights secured to you by the Supremacy Clause pursuant to Article 6, Section 2. And remember, this is why all of our public servants have to take an oath of office, which is Article 6, Section 3. So I will be talking about something very, very interesting today. As we continue on this identification journey, hopefully you've watched my previous series. I think we have a couple. If I have it misnumbered, it will be all fixed. I am not perfect. I don't claim to be perfect. I will never be perfect. I will be perfectly imperfect in my beautiful imperfections. And that's what makes me beautiful and wonderful. Isn't that wonderful? There is so much more to learn and expand on. So, as far as the identification, so our series started from the concept of know thyself, right? So all the scriptures tell us that you got to know who you are. Like the animals, right? We started with the concept of when you go to a forest. This actually came from my son, who is a wonderful thinker and is always asking. And he said, Mom, so when you go to forest and you see a deer, like, do you go to the deer and ask, I need your identification. I need your ID. Because I don't know that you are a deer. So I need to identify you. This is where it's starting all from, okay? That delusion and illusion, and we all been trapped in it and we play on it. So I'm actually walking into something very interesting where I will be able to demonstrate what I really mean, because this is the foundation. This is the foundation why people get derailed, why people are confused, why people are lost in this legal goulash. It's literally legal goulash of illusions, which are based off assumptions and presumptions. And we need to rebut these. And the only way we can really rebut when we know who we are. So I'm here and I will show you something really cool, okay? So when you go to forest and you see a deer, how many of you will go to the deer and ask, I need your identification. I need your identification, Mr. Deer. Because I cannot see that you are a deer and I need to identify you. That's what identification means, right? Like when you don't know what something is, so you are asking for ID, right? Would that make sense? Please give me yes. Please give me yes. I need some yes. Identification is only needed when something is unclear. It needs to be identified, right? So if we see something and we don't know what it is, we need to identify it, right? So when we go to forest and we see a deer, we know, because I don't think that people will disagree with me, we know it's a deer, right? We don't walk to the deer and ask, I need your identification because I am kind of mentally cuckoo and I cannot see that you are deer. So when we are out there minding our business, we are exercising our rights to life, liberty, pursuit of happiness through, and many of the other rights, like which are enumerated, right? They cannot be all listed. I'm exercising a right of breathing. I'm exercising right of blinking my eyes. I'm exercising my right of lifting my arm and pointing a finger. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm pointing a finger at you. That's my unalienable right. I can point a finger at you. I can point a finger to the sky. I can open my mouth. I can release words. I can breathe the air in. I can fix my hair. Guys, it's been really messy. Yeah, that's my right too. I have the right to fix my hair. I have the right to smell the air. I have the right to feel the sun right now. Yeah, that's my right. I'm feeling the sun, and the sun is basking me in its unconditional love. The source loves me. That's my right. That's my right. I'm exercising my right here. So, we have all these rights, but then some of these people in costumes and dresses and with badges and guns and all this hoopla come to us and, I need to see your ID because I cannot tell that you are woman or that you are a man, that you are the people. And people can be plural or it can be singular. Don't be fooled by that. I am one of the people. So I'm people. And I'm a woman. And if someone needs a proof, yeah, I have it right here. I can prove that I'm a freaking woman. And you have a proof that you are a freaking man, right? Can't you tell? Can't you tell that I'm a woman? One of the people? With her unalienable, constitutionally secured, right? Like, what is the confusion? So this is why the naming comes in and the identification. So the name comes in, right? Which was a gift, which was a divine gift from your mom and dad. And they named you John, right? And so now the deer, like, let's put it back in the concept of the deer, right? Now we are in the forest and we cannot see that it's a deer. So now we no longer need to identify the deer, so we call him John, and now he becomes John Deere. Oh, now he's no longer deer, but he becomes John Deere, which becomes this, guys. This is a John Deere. It's no longer a deer, it's a tractor. Okay, now I name the deer John, becomes John Deere, and now it's a tractor. Do you see the confusion? Do you see the entanglement through the name? So first we go to the forest, we see a deer, and we know it's a deer, but when we give it a name, John, so the deer is no longer deer, but becomes John Deere, which is now a tractor. It's no longer a deer, it's a tractor. And the same thing becomes with people. Okay? So this is the ID trap, that you identify, and especially with the name on the ID, right? Because they need the name to federally issue ID, where they take your picture of your face and they put it with the end sleeches, with the all caps, which was not created by your mom and dad, but it was created by some legal entity, by the state of confusion, like state of California, state of Nevada, state of Nebraska. And now that's what people become. You know, it's so funny when you ask people, who are you? Oh, I am John Deere. I'm John Deere. And now it stops being a deer but becomes a tractor. Do you see? And this is when we identify with the name. Now we identify as a driver, as a resident, as taxpayer. This is why this was all created. That whole ID, identification. So you can no longer, so you are now presumed to be all these roles. You are presumed to be a driver. You are presumed to be basically an agent, officer, employee, licensee, and statutory person who is engaging in regulated activity under the statute and the code. And this is why anyone in a costume can come to you and can charge you with some kind of violation. Oh, you know, you are not allowed to stand here and soak the sun. And the easiest violation is because you are obstructing some peace officer in performance of his duty, because you are standing here and soaking this sun, or you are standing here and breathing air, and it's obstruction of some kind of performance of a public servant. Yeah, you will see that a lot with some of the cases. When they cannot make up some kind of charges, that will be the charge. And I've seen it, that they actually charge people with the secondary charges of just obstructing peace officer, because the peace officer, decided that some crime has to be committed, and because there's no basis for it, there is no reasonably articulable suspicion, then the charge is you are obstructing my performance. And that's how people end up in legal jams, and some people even go to jail for it. And I've seen it, guys. I literally seen it. I've seen it happen. Okay? The most really incredible experience I've had is I will share with you this experiences. I was dealing with one department in a certain county, and they really didn't know which correct department it should go to, and so they were kind of tossing me around for a while. And then this one nice lady, she emailed me and she kind of shared the internal memo. And it said, customer is inquiring about this specific thing with the county, right? And I was looking at that email and I'm thinking, a customer? A customer? This is coming from a governmental entity, right? From a county official. And they are calling me a customer? A customer? And then when you really, really pay attention and you go deep down the rabbit hole, you realize that under the business and profession codes in the California statutory law, it's a commercial role. Customer is a statutory person engaging in some kind of business, trade, or profession for where he or she is giving a payment of some kind. So if they are the government and I am the governed, how can I be a customer? How can I be a customer? Can someone explain this to me? How can a woman or a man can be a customer? And that's only because you are under the unrebutted presumption, because they think that you are a public entity operating in their public domain. So, and I should probably do a little bit more video on that, because that was astonishing to me. Being a customer? What happened to being a woman? One of the people with unalienable rights secured by the Constitution, which, by the way, also under the California Constitution, stands firm and loud. Article 3, Section 1, the state of California is inseparable part of the United States of America, with U.S. Constitution as the supreme law of the land. So there you have it, guys. There you have it. And if you keep digging, you will find it in every state. I guarantee you that. But you got to do the research. And once you start really understanding and comprehending and becoming aware how this legal game is played, it becomes actually fairly simple. It is not difficult to really differentiate yourself from the role of customer and taxpayer and driver and resident and U.S. citizen and all these roles that are being pushed on us, and you stand as a woman, as a man, endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights. Declaration of Independence, guys, which was then secured by the U.S. Constitution to provide for the limitation of the government, to ensure that the government doesn't trespass us on our unalienable rights. And then with the Bill of Rights that were added as a Bill of Rights, 1791. It's that simple. It cannot be any more simple. But you have to remember, the dark forces thrive in complications. In complication, in confusion, and you can spend your lifetime studying their statutes and codes and ordinances and all that stuff. If you do not have the foundational knowing of the hierarchy of the law and where you stand in that hierarchy, right under your creator. That's it. So I think my phone is getting overheated here because I am exercising too much of my right to vitamin D, free vitamin D from the source here. So just short video to bring you back to your roots, to your knowing, your knowledge. Remember, knowledge is power. And stay strong, standing on your square. Stay peaceful, stay knowledgeable, and stay true to who you truly are. Sending much love. What happened? Are we